So here today against Halifax, a lot of the former players that know about this rivalry between the new and the old Rochester team are now in Halifax, but you've seen it from the other side. So what is that dynamic like for you to know a lot of guys on the other side here tonight?
Always fun. It does. There's a little bit more meaning in this one, kind of every time for a bunch of people in our organization, and then our fans as well. So it does have a little bit extra meaning. I can feel that it has a little bit extra meaning to me. I being a part of both organizations, being a part of the original team. I know there's something that's a little bit more for our fans and stuff. So I know we'll try to bring a little extra.
Last game, getting the win against Georgia, how would you assess the D-core at this point in this season, considering you also don't have your captain out there on the floor?
We're getting better every game. There is a lot of new faces from last year, so we knew it wouldn't just happen overnight. We had to build on it, and I think last week we kind of reaped the benefit of just kind of continue to stick with it and continue to build and get better and better.
And we saw coming into the Alan Hartley was going to be the guy. Obviously, injuries changed that, but the evolution, I think, of Hutchie so far this season really speaks volumes to being ready for the call. What have you seen from him throughout this year, not even just in a game like last time out against Georgia, but also throughout this season to keep you guys in a lot of these close and tight situations?
I mean, we've always had a lot of confidence in Hutch. We saw it last year, and we're seeing it this year that he's very capable and is a starter in this league. So it's been great to see his kind of continue to get more confidence as the year goes on. And like I said, we always had a lot of confidence in him.
What are the keys for your group here tonight against a really physical Halifax team?
I think staying in the penalty box is big. They got a really strong power play, stopping their transition, and then again, you said they're a pretty physical offense. So us just being physical back and trusting our position, and it'll go a long way.
First question for you. Obviously, you've seen these guys. You've gone against Cody in practice however many times at this point. What are your conversations with the D-core during shoot-around today? Are there any things like tells that you're telling certain guys when they're guarding lefties versus righties, or moves that certain Thunderbirds like more so than others? I know that I remember last season, different times you get like a defender or an attacker like Josh Byrne matched up with Kyle Rubish, and they're talking about not letting him go underneath. Just what are those more intricate points that you might tell your D guys?
I think we're all pretty familiar with a lot of these guys just based on kind of we have a lot of veterans in this D group. So knowing your personnel out there is important. And how you kind of play your positions, how you play your angles, where you want to send them to where they're most not comfortable, I think is really important. But we have a lot of familiarity and we're confident in sending them to where they don't want to go rather than letting them kind of dictate where they want to go.
Yeah, I talked to earlier about this, and you've now seen the progression of this defense, and you were a part of the progression of this defense, going from being really young with only Coatsy and Paul as the two older veterans in that group to now developing more of that veteran basis for the unit. Just how has it been seeing this defense progress in age and experience over the last couple of years?
It's been great. We're really confident in our ability back there, and there's guys up and down that whole lineup that we're super confident in. So it's good to be able to just throw out any five and be like, wow, that's a really strong defense, and we feel that we can stop anybody. So it's been great to see our progression.
Obviously, everyone gets lost in Coatsy being out of the lineup, but what does Mitch Ogilvie being on IR take away from this unit on D?
A strong kind of veteran lefty. We had a kind of a whole new left side. Basically just Biles is the one that's back. So not having Mitch just kind of adds kind of a guy that's been a big part of this lineup for a long time. So we have so much confidence in every one of our guys, as I said. So it's been kind of by committee, and everybody's kind of been pulling their weight. But he's a great left defender for us, and he's definitely missed.
Last thing, with this, you talked about the fans having the importance of the rivalry, and obviously the players, when there's changes to the roster or guys that just it's now been long enough that it's kind of removed itself from memory. Are there ways that you want to be able to tell the guys and reinstill in them, hey, the people that are sitting in the seats still really care about beating the crap out of this team pretty much, or is it just kind of trying to keep that another game mentality so you don't play over the moment?
I think anytime you can find ways to get that extra emotion, it's going to be a good thing. As long as you don't kind of let it get yourself carried away, but it's important to kind of realize our past and know that the meaning is kind of there to our fans, and I'm really excited just to kind of put those old colors on. It was a big part of my career. I wore that jersey for 6-7 years, and so it's going to be special to kind of put those colors back on and again know that the meaning is there for our fan base and we want to do right by it.